Why some betrayals should never be forgiven. Betrayal is a wound that cuts deeper than any physical pain, leaving scars that can last a lifetime in the realm of Stoic philosophy, where inner peace and self-respect reign supreme. There are certain betrayals that should never be overlooked or forgiven, not because we seek revenge, but because some actions violate fundamental principles of trust and integrity, principles that form the very foundation of meaningful relationships. When someone you've trusted with your emotions, your vulnerabilities, and your deepest thoughts turns against you, the damage extends beyond the immediate act of betrayal. It reshapes how you see the world, how you trust others, and most importantly, how you value yourself. Some betrayals demand absolute closure, not reconciliation. Forgiveness can be a virtue, but only when it is not at the expense of your own well-being. Stoicism teaches us to accept reality as it is, not as we wish it to be, and part of that acceptance is recognizing when a line has been crossed that can never be redrawn. Today we will be breaking down 3 of the most severe betrayals in relationships that should never be forgiven. These aren't small misunderstandings or minor mistakes. These are deliberate actions that show a complete disregard for your trust, your loyalty, and your dignity if you want to build unshakable emotional resilience and protect yourself from toxic individuals. This is a lesson you cannot afford to ignore. But before we begin, take a moment to support the channel like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Beyond Vision Mindset to continue your journey of self-mastery and wisdom. Your growth starts with awareness, and by engaging with this content, you take one step closer to becoming emotionally untouchable. Now let's begin. 1. Disloyalty, the ultimate violation of trust. Disloyalty, the ultimate violation of trust. Loyalty is not just a virtue, it is the foundation upon which all relationships stand. Without loyalty, there can be no trust, no security, and no genuine connection. When someone betrays your trust through disloyalty, they are not just making a mistake, they are making a conscious choice to prioritize themselves over their commitment to you. This can take many forms, whether it's a friend who speaks ill of you behind your back, a partner who is unfaithful, or a family member who chooses personal gain over integrity. This loyalty is not an accident, it is a statement of character. The Stoics believed in maintaining control over your own reactions while accepting the reality of human nature. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." This means that instead of retaliating or wasting energy trying to change someone who has already shown you their true nature, you must simply remove them from your life. When disloyalty is exposed, the Stoic response is not to dwell on the pain, but to accept the truth, detach emotionally, and move forward without them. Some people will betray you and come back with excuses, pleading for forgiveness, blaming circumstances, or even trying to convince you that you overreacted. But you must recognize that repeated disloyalty is not a mistake, but a pattern. Forgiving such betrayals only signals to the other person that they can do it again without consequences. If someone has proven that they lack loyalty, they have no place in your inner circle. No matter how much history you have with them, no matter how much you care, the damage of their betrayal is irreversible. Stoicism teaches us that peace is more valuable than false companionship. It is far better to be alone than to surround yourself with those who have no real allegiance to you. As once said, associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve. This means that the people in your life should uplift you, remain loyal in your absence, and act with integrity. If someone has proven their disloyalty, your only duty is to walk away. Forgiving betrayal may sound noble, but in reality, it can be a form of self-betrayal. When you tolerate disloyalty, you teach yourself that your own standards don't matter. You undermine your own worth by keeping people in your life who have already proven they don't value you. The strongest move you can make is to cut ties without hesitation and never look back. The Stoic way is to move forward with wisdom, not bitterness. To let go, but never forget to deception. The poison that destroys relationships. Lies are more than just words. They are weapons that erode trust, destabilize relationships, and shatter the foundation of any meaningful connection. A single lie may seem insignificant, but deception is never isolated. It is a pattern, a reflection of someone's true nature. When someone chooses to deceive you, they are not just hiding the truth. They are conscious lie manipulating your perception of reality, and that is a betrayal far worse than a single act of wrongdoing. Stoicism teaches that truth is essential to inner peace. Without honesty, there can be no clarity, no stability, and no genuine trust between individuals. A relationship built on deception is like a house built on S. No matter how strong it seems, it is destined to collapse. Seneca reminds us, a dishonest man spreads falsehoods first to others, then to himself. This means that those who lie often become trapped in their own web of deception, unable to distinguish truth from fiction, but just because they suffer their own consequences does not mean you should suffer with them. When someone deceives you, they are making a choice. They are choosing to prioritize their own selfish interests over honesty. They are choosing to manipulate rather than communicate. And above all, they are showing you that they do not respect you. Respect and deception cannot coexist. The moment someone lies to you, whether through omission, distortion, or outright falsehood, they have demonstrated that your trust is disposable to them. And once trust is broken, it rarely, if ever, returns to its original state. Some people will argue that everyone lies, that small lies are harmless, that deception is just part of human nature, but Stoicism rejects moral compromise. A lie is not harmless when it breaks the bond of trust between two people. A lie is not insignificant when it forces you to question everything that came before. Deception is not just about dishonesty, it is about control. The one who deceives seeks to manipulate reality in their favor, often at your expense. When you allow deception to go unpunished, you enable it. When you tolerate lies, you invite more of them. There will always be those who lie to cover their mistakes, who deceive to gain an advantage, who manipulate to avoid consequences. But as a Stoic, your response must be on an attachment. Do not waste energy trying to decode their intentions, fix their character, or extract the truth from someone who has already shown you they cannot be trusted. Instead, accept the reality of their deception and remove yourself from the situation. Epicus once said it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. Those who lie, who deceive, who manipulate, they are not interested in growth, honesty, or self-improvement. They believe they are above the truth, and that belief makes them dangerous. You cannot change them, but you can change how you respond. A Stoic does not waste time with liars. A Stoic does not allow deception to fester in their life. The moment someone lies to you, see it for what it is, a betrayal of trust. Forgive, giving, deceit is not an act of strength. It is an invitation for more of it. The only way to uphold your dignity and protect your inner peace is to walk away from those who have chosen dishonesty over integrity. The cost of keeping a liar in your life is far greater than the cost of losing them. 3. Broken trust. Broken trust. The irreparable damage that ends all bonds. Irreparable damage that ends all bonds. Trust is the foundation of every meaningful relationship. Without it, there is nothing. It takes years to build, moments to break, and often a lifetime to repair. When someone breaks your trust, they don't just betray your faith in them. They shatter the very bond that held the relationship together. And in many cases, once that trust is broken, there is no going back. Trust is not just about honesty. It is about reliability, consistency, and integrity. When you trust someone, you are giving them access to your vulnerabilities, your secrets, and your deepest emotions. You are allowing them into a space that very few people can enter, and when they betray that trust, whether through disloyalty, deception, or deliberate harm, they are showing you that they were never worthy of it in the first place. Stoicism teaches us to accept human nature as it is, not as we wish it to be. People will fail us. People will act in selfish ways. People will betray us, often without remorse. But what separates Stoic from the rest is how we respond. The mistake most people make is believing that broken trust can be fully repaired, that if the other person apologizes, if another time passes, or if they prove themselves again, things can return to how they were before. But the truth is, once trust is broken, it is never the same. Again, it is like a shattered mirror. No matter how much you try to put the pieces back together, the cracks remain. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When someone has done you wrong, do not dwell on what they have done, but on what you can do in response." And the response to broken trust should always be self-preservation, not blind forgiveness. If someone has already proven that they are capable of betraying you, why would you give them another chance? Would you drink from a poisoned well just because someone assured you the water is clean? Would you rebuild a house on a foundation that has already collapsed? The truth is, when someone breaks your trust, they have already made a choice about the value of your relationship. They have prioritized their own selfish desires over loyalty, respect, and integrity, and that choice is irreversible, even if they regret it. later, even if they beg for forgiveness, even if they promise never to do it again, the damage has already been done. You can try to pretend that things will be different, but deep down you will always question them. You will always wonder if they are lying again, if they're hiding something, if they will betray you once more, and the mental burden of that uncertainty is far worse than the pain of simply letting them go. Some people will tell you to forgive and forget, but Stoicism does not encourage blind forgiveness. It encourages wisdom, self-respect, and emotional detachment from those who harm us. Seneca put it best when he said, "He who spares the guilty punishes the innocent." By forgiving someone who has broken your trust, you are not just giving him another chance, you are setting yourself up for future pain. You are sacrificing your own peace for the sake of someone who has already shown they do not deserve it. When trust is broken, the Stoic response is not to seek revenge or to hold on to anger. It is to walk away with dignity, to accept the lesson, to strengthen your boundaries, and to never allow the same betrayal to happen. Twice the greatest act of self-respect is knowing when to let go. Forgiveness should be reserved for mistakes, not for deliberate acts of betrayal. The final truth is this: trust, once broken, should never be given freely again. If someone valued your relationship, they would never have betrayed you in the first place. If they were truly loyal, you would not be questioning their actions. The strongest decision you can make is to remove those who have proven untrustworthy from your life permanently. Do not allow broken trust to turn into a cycle of pain. Move forward, never look back, and never allow yourself to be betrayed twice. Betrayal is a painful lesson, but it is also a necessary one. Not all betrayals deserve forgiveness, and not everyone who apologizes deserves a second chance. Disloyalty, deception, and broken trust. These are the ultimate violations that should never be tolerated. A Stoic does not waste time with those who have already shown the true nature. Your peace, your dignity, and your self-respect are worth more than any relationship built on lies. If this message resonated with you, take control of your emotional strength and wisdom by subscribing to Beyond Vision Mindset. Like this video, share your experiences in the comments, and let's continue to grow stronger together. Remember, the strongest move is not revenge, it is indifference. Walk away, never look back, and build a life where betrayal has no